That's what it says. You
That's what it
We
says.
are live.
live.
We are live. Okay, listen now. Hold on one second because we got to do this thing right. Okay, we can't just
Let's
roll it.
do it right, Sister Michelle.
Let's do
But
it.
you don't know this virus. It's new, it's different. It mutates and goes in different directions with a different strain of itself. So whether I'm present or absent, the Executive Council of the Nation of Islam must call our scientists. Come and let's sit down. Our virologists, our epidemiologists, those of us who know the science. We cannot let them bring anything to us that we don't dissect.
Cannot let them bring anything to
Anything.
us.
They don't dissect.
Dissect.
Right.
Oh, we're going to dissect.
That we don't dissect.
We are going to dissect tonight.
Oh my God. Listen, Thursday Talks. Welcome, welcome, welcome back, everybody. Listen, welcoming in the audience. Greetings. Assalamu alaikum to our Muslim families, to just every supporter that we have that's hanging on with us. We thank you. We appreciate you showing up. Thursday Talks. Always taking our Seventh Reason Coalition foot team on the ground, pushing the content in the comment area, engaging with everyone, answering questions. Listen, and you know what we do. Like, share. Just stop for a
Right
moment.
now. Right now.
Right now.
Like, share. Okay?
Do
And
it.
go on YouTube. I know we're still a little dry there, but go on YouTube if you don't want to get on Facebook or you want to check us out on IG. You can find some articles on IG. Either way, we just need you to like and share right now. Okay? Go grab a friend, auntie, uncle, cousin,
Tag a friend.
nephew, BFF, whatever. Just go grab them because this is going to be good. We got a lot of good content this evening. We got a guest. I won't release the name yet, but Brother Lau is on it. When he get it, he gonna drop the bomb. Either way, I'm your sister Michelle. I'm your moderator for this evening. Always a pleasure to do this. Love the team, the Seventh Reason Coalition. You know the little team that you see right here. You know,
That's right.
we're doing big things. Remember, this is a act of love.
That's
Straight love.
Do it. We don't get paid for it. We're just out in the front trying to get you the right information, dissecting what's out there, clearing up misunderstandings, and ensuring that you have the right information to make the right decisions to do what, y'all?
Come on.
Save
lives.
So, that being said, I'm going to turn this over to Brother Lau. He's going to do the rounds, and then we're going to get right into it, and then we're going to get to our special guest this evening. So,
here we go.
Lau, I'm passing over to Breton. That way?
Wrong way.
This way.
Wrong way.
This way.
Wrong
This
way.
way. This way.
The other way. There you go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, mighty Sister Michelle. And we got to give it up for Sister Michelle. Come on, y'all. That's the hostess with the mostest now. Sister
My
be holding it
sister.
down for us. That's what I'm talking about, family. Family, assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Praise the Lord to my Christian family. Umgawa Black Power to my Black revolutionaries and to all the freedom-loving, peace-wanting people across the land. Peace and blessings to you. Welcome to Thursday Night Talk with the Seventh Weekend Coalition. And I'm telling you, family, yeah, after tonight, you even gonna want your enemies to start liking and sharing this information. It's gonna be so hot. So you know you better get your friends and your family. Do that now because again, we're here out of a labor of love, and we do have a special guest on tonight, and our brother who's going to be coming on tonight. We'll be telling you more about him in a little while. But our brother Eric Ahad, I'm telling you, family, he has information and things that can save the lives of family members that each of us have right now.
That's right.
And all of us know we got some stubborn, dying family folk. Right?
That's right.
Some of us are those same folk ourselves. So we'll tell you more about our brothers shortly. But we just want to remind you very quickly, Seventh Region Coalition, think about that lighthouse. guiding people through a very dark, treacherous time, family. And it's so dark and it's treacherous. Without that lighthouse, we're gonna hit more than an iceberg. All right. So with that being said, Sister Kalila, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, in the most holy name of Allah, bearing witness that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. I would like to greet my family in the greeting words of peace in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. To my Christian family, praise the Lord. I am so excited because our guest is a dear, dear brother of mine. He has changed my life tremendously. Not only my life, but my family's life, my family's health. He is the epitome of saving lives. So I'm done, Brother Tony.
The other way. The other way.
I'm sorry.
The other way.
There you go. All right, all right.
Let me dig you out, Tony.
I'm going to keep it brief, family. Peace, hotep, shalom, abaragani, buenos dias, sak pase. Greetings in all of the language that the divine chosen people of God speak. And always we come in the name of the one God who bears many names. Some know him as Jah, others know him as Jehovah, others know him as Dios, some know him as Alokdumare. Whatever name you call on the Supreme Being, call on him.
That's
and
right.
make him at the forefront of everything that you do. And that's what we're doing because we are interested in saving lives, the very lives of our people. And we thank you for tuning in. We look forward to hearing from our beloved brother Eric Assad.
Ahad.
Ahad.
Oh, you got to get it right. You got
Right, Brother Tony. Don't mess
Oh.
it
Please
up.
forgive me, Brother Eric. You're here tuning in. Like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get you, Brother Tony. Eric Assad.
Oh gosh. All right, so listen, Brother Lau, before we get into this, there's a few things that we don't have a lot of time because we know what's coming up soon. So I'm going to keep this brief, but I want us to talk really quick about topic number 1, which is new pills. Just new pills that hit the scene. And we need to be real careful about these pills. Anyway, let's talk about it really quick. We got like
Here's
what's in these pills.
Here's my 30 seconds. Here's my 30 seconds. Number 1, go to our Facebook page and get more information. Number 2, family, I want you to remember when we were promoting the use of ivermectin and its effectiveness and what it was doing, it was shut down by government and health officials at the same time they were getting their medicines ready to be released. So we're seeing again, Merck is the company that put out this so-called new COVID pill. It's just the beginning of so much medication that they're going to use to maintain your sickness. I'm done.
Brother Lyle, I'm just going to veggie back off of what you just said right now. See if ivermectin is doing the job in the early stages of COVID. When you catch COVID early, if that's doing the job, what's the purpose of all this medication? Something is wrong and somebody is profiting off of our miseries. We got to get our health right, family.
I'm going to jump right behind Brother Tony. I got 1 second. All I know is y'all better take a look at what's in the pill.
How about
because
that?
that's the dangerous
What's
thing.
in it?
What's in it? Because
Can't wait to see the side effects rolling off of that one. You know how to give you
I'm gonna grow a literal third eye.
Well, you might do that with the other thing now, Brother Tony. It may not just be the pill. Okay, let's anyway, I digress. But
Food we eat, right?
anything that you want to throw in here because we want to
listen
quickly about that other thing, and then we're gonna move
absolutely
on.
You know, you always ask your auntie about what's in the potato salad. You better ask them what's in this pill.
These are raisins.
I love that.
Oh, that was super real, Sister Camila. That was
So,
super real.
yeah.
What's in the potato
Yeah.
salad?
And don't be afraid. Don't be
That's
afraid because their skin doesn't look like ours.
Right.
You
And
know,
all
we
you people
get,
that on, that's right. You want 1 million
Yeah.
medications. How's that going to mix with the other 1 million medications you're already taking with the side effects that are
Facts.
going to be combined? All right.
Teach.
All right.
facts.
Check it out, family.
whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, listen, we're moving fast and furious because we need to get our guests on. Topic number 2, vaccine mandates. And we're going to talk about the children piece because we know that there's a piece that was just kind of put out from our Minister Ishmael about an NBA player. What is it? Kyrie
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
There you go. If we want to show that really quick, and then just a quick minute on the children being vaccinated, and then we can get to our guests.
Come on. Right.
All right.
So somebody can go ahead and pull up that image of Kyrie Irving dealing with the vaccine mandates, family. You know, there's so much pressure being put on believing men and women across this planet that have both moral, health, and ethical reasons as to why they refuse to take the vaccine. And Kyrie Irving's in a situation because of the mandates in the state of New York, where there's pressure coming from all areas. And he's got a lot of support too, but we just want to encourage him and other brothers like that to stand strong. Lastly, I'll say there was a woman in Seattle, a mother of 2 children, who took the vaccine in August only because of the impending mandates that were coming.
Right.
She's dead now, and her children are motherless. She took the Johnson & Johnson and developed blood clots, and she's now dead. And in her obituary, it'll be on our page if you want to see it. Her family makes it clear that it was caused by the vaccine and that it was against her will. She only did it because of the mandates. Watch out for those vaccine mandates.
And they're trying to act like nothing's going wrong with these vaccines. Brother Lau, let me pull up this meme real quick. I have some difficulty right now, my brother.
You got 1 minute, my brother.
I got 1 minute.
1 minute, my brother.
And
It'd
I
be a
can't-
problem-solving difficulty working out, brother.
Tighten up, my brother.
Here we
Our
go.
guest is patiently waiting.
Nope, that didn't work.
Mhm.
No.
Don't even worry about it, brother Tony. We'll
Yeah,
get it.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing.
Somebody-
It's okay. It's on our Facebook page. Okay, listen. Really quickly, just on the children being vaccinated, I just have to call this out, and then we can go to our guests. You know, there were two countries, I believe it's Sweden and Denmark, who halted their vaccinations of Moderna.
Correct.
And one was referring everybody to Pfizer, which, you know, they were saying finding the same things, but they were saying people under 30, they're finding, and particularly in boys that are having that heart condition. I believe, what is it called? It's
Myocarditis.
Myocarditis, right? That are having
Cordosis.
Thank you, Brother Lau.
Inflammation of the heart.
Inflammation
Right.
of the heart. That's right, Sister Kalila. And it's a big issue. Enough for them to say, you know what? We're stopping it for right now. We're not giving them any more. Anybody that's 30 and under, they're not giving them Moderna. I'm sorry, they're not giving them Moderna. And then I believe in Denmark, they're not giving them Pfizer either, because they're finding it has the same issue. Even though the FDA, it's either the FDA or the CDC, has already come out and said, yes, they have found research, and they did put a warning out, but they're just saying that the risks are outweighing the worry of it. Like, oh, if you have a little pain, just go to the doctor. You know, it's not a problem. But this is a very serious issue that they're brushing over to get people inoculated. Right. So anyway,
while Pfizer's getting approval right now for children, and nobody consulted Cuba, and they're the only ones vaccinating children right now with COVID-19.
Yep. And there's an article I found, Brother Lau, but I will post it on the Facebook page later on for our audience to see Cuba's response to United States, because they're just continuing their embargo on that country, knowing what they're going through, knowing that they're not a threat, and knowing that they have answers. Basically, they're like, we don't need your vaccines. We got our own stuff, right? But there's no reason to keep this thing going on. But anyway, I digress. Let's do this, Brother Lau. We got to bring on our guests. Bring them.
So, you know, as we prepare to bring our brother on properly, dear family, you know, we want to go ahead and read to you some things from his outstanding bio. And I'll just say I had an opportunity. I remember when I first met this great brother. He was actually working for CBS at the time, doing some work in the media. But our beloved brother, Eric Ahad Muhammad, who is the CEO of Nature's V. And our beloved brother, you know, he started out at the age of 23, a Los Angeles native, working at Northrop Electronics. Keep in mind, you don't know how the jobs that you're in and the places you go, they kind of lead you to do who you become being if you find the God in you. So our brother do that. He became a clean room assembly assistant manager, dealing with guidance systems and MX Intercontinental ballistic missiles and nuclear missiles and being exposed to all of that. And then later, he worked in TV and radio as a journalist at CBS in Los Angeles. Shows such as 60 Minutes, Nightline, CBS Sports, even worked directly with Dan Rather. So did a lot of work in those areas. He later moved on to New York and worked with ABC. And in his work with ABC, dealing with everything from the evening news with Peter Jennings, Good Morning America, very well exposed. That's right. Everything from being a journalist to a sound man, a cameraman, a producer. He's even worked internationally, family. Mexico, Canada, Belize, Jamaica, Africa, Cuba, England, Egypt. That's right. We bring you giants here. We bring you giants here. You know, and I'll just go forward to say, you know, what led our brother into this work. Just so you know, professionally, he has a bachelor's of information and technology and an MBA in business and marketing. And so how did our brother get into this very, very divine work? You know, I will share this with you that in 2014, he was a passenger in a major car accident, which left him in the hospital as a paralyzed quadriplegic. You know, and I just want you to think about that, you know. But in 2016, he started Nature's Vitality, or Nature's V, in Phoenix as a naturopath supplement company, Nature's Vitality, known to us here as Nature's V. And so you have to ask yourself a question: what happened in this brother's life between 2014 and 2016? And right now, as the CEO of this great company, our brother has now launched in 2020 Nature's V Autoimmune Disease Foundation, even a nonprofit. The bottom line is that this is the first minority women-owned company that deals with autoimmune diseases that he's involved with as well. But the bottom line is specializing in healing the body through immunotherapy. This is the new health paradigm. And with us today is our big brother, Brother Eric Ahad. Give our brother some love there, family, as he joins us right now. All right. Welcome,
brother,
my dear
that's
brother.
my brother.
Oh, welcome.
Welcome, brother Eric.
Wow. Listen, welcome, brother.
Thank
So
you.
happy to have you on Thursday Talks.
And I didn't get to have the stuff that this brother's
Thank you
experienced
so
there,
much,
family.
man.
We got a jewel in our midst.
Look, we would have had popcorn. You know, we don't eat popcorn. We'd have been sitting there, you know, wow, turning pages. This brother's a legend.
Yes,
We
indeed.
got a legend in our midst right now.
Indeed.
So
Come on.
please,
Come on.
it's beyond that.
Okay, listen. All accolades and very, very serious, Brother Eric. I'm going to start off with yes, sir. I'm going to start off with one question because we're moving fast and fierce, but we want you to get everything that you have out so the audience can really benefit from what you're going to be talking about this evening. So my first question is, as a producer of an alternative medicine, what have you learned from the pandemic over the last year? Did he get stuck?
He may be coming in.
He's
Well, it's delayed. Let's change the banner as
in
he's
the name
delayed
of
down
God,
the
the
bottom.
beneficent, the merciful.
Absolutely.
You got it, brother. He's back.
Okay.
I bear witness that there is no God but God, and I bear witness that all the prophets are the messengers of God. Thank you for your question. Thank you for inviting me, Sister Kalila, Brother Lau, Brother Tony, and Sister Michelle. Brother Lau, I don't listen to the bio, and I wrote it, I hid it, and it brought tears to my eyes because when God uses you, it's overwhelming. And to be used now in this time and answer your question, Sister Michelle, God said he would make all things new. We are taught that when God first came, he asked us to take
all of the medicine of this world out of our cabinets. So he made a promise and a statement that we were to follow. So that meant that he was going to answer the equation with something better for us to use. Only one correction, Sister Michelle, is that we don't have any medicine. Medication is pharmaceutical. What we have are natural supplements, and that actually heal the body. Medications are produced by, and they are recombinant elements that resemble what the body does naturally. So we know that the body can heal itself if you give it an exogenous source of narcotic. Immunotherapy, as we teach it, is giving the body an exogenous source of what the body already produces, and let the body does what the magnificence of the body will do by God's command to begin with. You know, as we move forward, I found that two things. The first one is render unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
My God.
That type of medication is Caesar's. That's not from God. So you have to, you know how you say you got to be with Satan? You got to make a choice. You can't have it both ways, because God came to give us something new. So what I found is, in coming in contact with Brother Victor Muhammad, who is a biomedical research scientist who produces the products that we use in Nature's V, is that God used a man to show the body how to literally heal itself. So now we are here in front of you in this pandemic. And those who have decided to use the immunotherapy that Mr. Victor Muhammad has created at Nature's V, they get over COVID, baby, to 90 years old in 3 days with no side effects, no ill feeling, and all the
Looks like our brother froze up a little bit.
Okay. But you all heard that. 3 days. 3 days.
3 days.
3 days.
And I can bear witness. Brother Eric might have to actually
Log
leave the
off and come
studio
back.
and come back.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, even as our brother does that, family, the base that was already just laid. First of all, the scripture he started off with, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's.
My God.
Now, family, you'll find that in the Bible, by the way.
That's right.
To my Christian brothers and sisters, render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's.
Those are the words of Jesus.
And we can't have it both ways. That was a very profound comment. And then the brother, again, just to recap, to let you know, he let us know that those who have used this product during the pandemic have recovered fully from babies to 90-year-olds in 3 days.
All
Wow,
right.
brother Eric, that was some powerful stuff you already laid out there, brother.
Yes, sir. God's answers are absolute. You know, for us to, well, that would answer your question, Sister Michelle. Let's go on to you.
All right. Yes, sir. Does anybody want to take the next question, or I can go to you?
If I may ask a question, my brother, we know that you've traveled quite a bit. What have you learned in your travels, especially in relation to health, and what you're learning about what, in regards to how to heal the body?
Right. Particularly in Cuba as well, because I know you've traveled extensively there.
We know that you've done some travels in Cuba. And so if you could share some things that you've learned in your travels, my brother.
What I've learned, Brother Tony, and the rest of us, is that the minister spoke about the Cuban government not being under the control of Satan for 60 years. And in traveling, you find that you have to make a decision. We have to make a decision. And that decision is, what is it that we're going to do? They have Abdullah and Sabrina too, because
Right.
they decided that they were going to produce something that they needed for themselves.
Right.
As we have done the same thing by God's permission. Now, the question is, are we willing to go through 60 years of separation from Satan to be ultimately free? I know that when I travel down to Cuba, I see a day when I was on the phone with them yesterday that are under severe economic strain. And that's why they're opening up back up Cuba next month on the 15th so they can get the tourist industry back up. But look at the beauty of them. If you want to come here, you can get our vaccination. Now let's now let's look at that. Let's look at that for everybody that wants to get vaccinated. Now, and you don't want to take the vaccination here in America, but you still want a vaccination.
Right.
You know, it has, the reports I've got, it has mild side effects, you know, and you get a little flu fever and things like that, but people aren't dying from it, and they're not suffering from the same type of ill effects as they are here, with the list of things that people are going on with regards to the side effects of this. But that's 90 miles away. But the question is that even necessary when God has given us something right here in our brother that they haven't even accomplished yet?
Right. And you know what? That leads right into the next question, Brother Eric. Tell us about these products.
And he will bring us something that far, well, has brought us something that far. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
We got have a little lag, my brother.
Yeah, you kind of a little lag on it, but yeah, I mean,
IB100,
based
which is
upon
a viral okay. We have
got a little
IB100,
technical,
which is a viral product. We have IB19, which is a bacterial product.
Brother,
Okay.
Brother
We have
Eric,
OU7,
can you?
which is a product that's used for anybody that's dealing with chemo. Can I?
You're going in and out, brother.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Brother Eric.
Brother Eric, would it be better? Try to maybe close your camera and see if that works a little bit better.
Audio or the picture?
Just your camera, to see if it helps.
No, hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Okay. And while our brother's laying this out, family, you see the premise that's been laid for you. That there are some.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can get around this. Hold on 1 second.
Yes, sir.
So our brother's working out the technical difficulty, family. The base has been laid for you to understand that there's some products that have been developed that help the body do what it naturally does. And the brothers and sisters who developed this product, they look like you and me, family.
That's right.
Now, hopefully you don't have a boogeyman concept when it comes to Black scientists.
Oh my God.
Right?
Talk about that. Talk about that, Brother Lau. That's that. No, real talk. Because let me explain something to you. So I am a advocate and a testimonial person that actually utilize the product from Nature's V. I've been on it for a year. And, you know, as I was explaining to one of my associates, you know, they actually took the vaccination. They took Johnson & Johnson. And then when I told her about the product that I am on, you know, and healing component to my life, she said, "Oh, let me take a picture of it. Oh, what's in it?" So
Did she get a picture of the vaccine? And did she ask them,
Exactly.
Sister
And that's
Camila?
my point.
Exactly.
And that's my point. And I did ask her. I said, did you take a picture of not the person who gave you the vaccination, but what was in the actual vaccination?
I think he fixed the
Try to
problem.
bring our brother back in
I
now.
think
Okay.
so. Let's
We-
There he is.
All
All
right.
right.
There you go.
There he is.
Okay.
All
So-
right.
He's on high speed now.
Well, I don't know what it is, but it's always something when you're doing a live production.
Well, we're good now.
My point is, we have IB100. IB100 is a immunotherapy that deals strictly with any viral issue, any influenza, any autoimmune disease, any cancers, breast cancers, because those are viral. Anything that's caused by a virus. We have IB19, which is a bacterial product. As you all know, that our bodies are now being bombarded with all these antibiotics. And those antibiotics have caused us to build up a resistance to the current antibiotics. So those antibiotics are no longer working for us. So since they're no longer working for us, the greatest example of what we saw with that is when the Minister Farrakhan told us, I've taken everything that I could take, and I can't take any more of their products because they don't work. Well, when you give the body an exogenous source of what it already uses, the body can use it to work. We have OU7. OU7 is a product that's for chemo and radiation recovery. But what we found with OU7, it has a great efficacy for reducing cancers, and people who are all the way to stage 4 have gone from stage 4 all the way to no cancers at all. We have IB30, which is a maintenance version of the IB100, which is a therapeutic version. So IB30 is a therapy. I don't have anything wrong, but I want to buttress up my immune system. So for things coming down the line, I can deal with that. And
That
then like
maintain.
Cuba, just like Cuba, we have the IB10. Cuba, when I was in Cuba in January this year, when I left right before they closed, they had decided that they were going to give people, listen to this, interferon nasally 10-day supply. Well, we have been dealing with that same type of supplement version, not pharmaceutical or recombinant version, since 1994, which is the product that Dr. Alim was using to cure people of HIV. Right. So this product is not yesterday. This product is not the day before yesterday. This product is 1994 and 1995, producing the first serodeconverted person from HIV positive to HIV negative with no history of any side effects. So those are the products that you can get at Nature's V.
Sister Michelle, why don't we do this in real time? Because brother is right on point. I know you are dealing with a particular issue right now. And maybe if you can introduce it to our brother, maybe our guests can get an idea to understand how we should be inviting brothers like this into our homes and into our lives, because we're all dealing with some real-time situations.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, Brother Lau. And so my scenario is, just like a lot of our family members, they, over the years, just abuse the body, right? Whether it's drinking, eating the wrong foods, thinking the wrong thoughts, is kind of where it's left my father, who is really at the verge of having to have dialysis. And so I'm trying to, and I've started him on the IB100, and but he's been in and out of the hospital because between it's the diabetes, he's had COVID. The other side of the not my family, but who he's staying with, got him to take the vaccination. So it led him to get COVID again. Then he had pneumonia. Now it's attacking his mobility. And so there's so many things happening right now. And I literally believe that his kidneys are probably at 33% right now. And so we're trying to they want to push him on dialysis. And I said, no, we got to figure something out, right? Because that's not going down. So what can I do for my dad right now at this critical state to try to get him back on track?
We have to make a decision because, as we spoke earlier, you have to render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. And Caesar's medications come with one specific side effect, and that is kidney failure across the board.
Wow.
So you could go check whatever you're taking from them. I guarantee you 85% of the time, you know, the 85%ers, 85% of the time,
Hello, brother
it
Eric.
will be kidney failure
That's right.
on the list. Now, your father, if he's suffered from anything like the comorbidities that most Black people suffer from, he was given pharmaceutical drugs prior to that.
Right.
And the kidney failure did not exist before the pharmaceutical drug was introduced. So the kidney failure is produced by the medicine that he's given. It is a byproduct. The first thing we have to do is do as we were instructed in the beginning. Remove all of their medications from the medicine cabinet. Now, I have to say some things that people are going to have to weigh and take it or let it alone. We have to get or find groups of doctors who are not just prescribers of pharmaceutical medicine. Now, that's going to be hard because that's really all a doctor does.
Right.
That's their job.
A drug dealer.
Pretty
And
much
number one.
license.
And there are such major drug dealers that they are in bed with the hospitals who are in bed with the pharmaceutical company.
That's right.
And that's how they make their money. So
Right.
you can't go to your enemy and say, hey, today I want, it's Ramadan. I want to wave the white flag. And he goes, okay, we're not going to attack. But we all know they do what on Ramadan? They attack because they know you're not going to fight back.
Right.
So you can't continue to do that. You have to pull yourself out of that. None of the medications, everybody that's on dialysis that is of the original family got on that because of a pharmaceutical drug that they were taking.
Listen.
That's
That
right.
is how that happened. That is the side effect. And then there's no more, the financial reality behind a kidney patient is fine. I get to use your insurance. You can't get off of it. You have to go till you die, and I get to collect till you die as a doctor and as a person who's involved in that environment of what they call healthcare, but no, it's not. So the decision has to be made. So I would say that the first thing you need to do is to talk to your family, because there's a group of people that are giving information. Most of us misinformation. We have many people who talk today, and I'm glad I get to make this point. There are several people who have the floor or the stage. There's very few that have a solution. And the ones with the solution don't get the floor or the stage. But the ones that can talk about it or make it an issue or tell you about the issue or tell you what they're doing, we don't have time for that anymore. Right. I don't need to know what they're doing. Do you have an answer? Yes or no? Okay, you don't step off. Let's find the person who has the answer so we can deal with that. Now, you all said something earlier that I have to speak to. I'm not sure, well, I hear of the efficacy of ivermectin. This is like any other pharmaceutical drug. Ivermectin is a very, very powerful drug that has very, very serious toxicity to the liver and the kidney if taken out of prescription or how it's supposed to be prescribed. Be careful how you use a thing, because how you use a thing can cause downstream issues that you might have gotten over COVID today, but you'll be dealing with a liver transfer tomorrow. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying anything pharmaceutical comes with a side effect, and Allah will give us something that we can use. So we have the natural supplements. There are 14 that we were told to look at. But the one we were told to look out specifically was interferon. And we
Right.
knew that that product was being created by our brother in 1995. There's no other place to go get a product like that other than our brother who's already here. And maybe we should use the instructions that we've been given to determine how we're going to move forward for longevity of life. Not just today,
Mhm.
not just today,
Mhm.
That's
but
right.
for in the future. And
That's
that's as correct as I can say it without putting any undue extras on it. So your father will have to make a decision for his own life. And most people won't, because we love their salt because it's saltier. We love their ice because it's colder. We love their water because it's wetter. Last point, doctors are the premier laborers of the man who was created to kill the darker people. And I'll just
My
leave it there.
God.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Mm.
Right. So, brother, first of all, people, you can see down the bottom right here, because many of you who are listening, some of you are hearing about Nature's V for the first time. And I want to give you a picture of something that our brother painted for earlier. Imagine, instead of listening to Fauci for an hour, instead of listening to people from the World Unhealth Organization for hours, if you had somebody like a brother Eric Ahad explaining a product and some of the products that come through Nature's V, more of our people would be more apt to try natural things. So, brother, as you kind of round things out, what are some critical things you think people need to know going forward? Not just about the products, but about the time that we live in.
I think it goes, Brother Lau, to the solution. Conversations are normally around the problem because the people's talking about the problem do not have the comprehensive knowledge to produce solutions. So that's all they can talk about. We don't deal with the problem at Nature B or at LSOW. We only look to the solution because that's where God has placed us, on the solution end of it. Our mission is to let everybody know that Brother Victor Muhammad has come up with a new health paradigm where there are no pharmaceutical drugs. They will not be used. And if you go back, Brother Tony, and you find those articles, that's exactly what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, right?
Right.
He said that we won't be using their drugs.
That's right.
So we have to begin to take our history, which is written in advance, and walk into it. And if we don't walk into it, then we are subject to be in the sea when it closes down on Pharaoh.
Say that.
Come on.
And we will go the way of Pharaoh. We have to make a choice. This journey, in May 2018, we had a conference, and that conference was members in the house and outside of the house about the products that we have, because we have a product, IB30, that we know that's natural, that would give the body the ability not to get the flu. Now,
you all heard that, right? You all heard that, right?
Now listen.
Man, listen to this.
Listen. But in December 2018, we're headed toward COVID. Now, imagine us being in place. This is God guiding us. These are things that you all don't know. But
Yes, sir.
if we did know it and we applied it, I don't care what nobody says. Now, I'm just going to be quite frank right now.
Come on, brother.
If you know another man that cured HIV, put him up. If you don't, shut up.
Oh,
Put up or shut up.
If you know another man that's got rid of autoimmune diseases with natural supplement, put him up. But if you don't, shut up.
Where they at?
Where they at? If you know another man that's taking a person from okay, we all know this person who will remain nameless, that had what is that? Shingles their whole life, but
Right.
getting over it. If you don't know another person, shut up. Stop talking like you know when you don't. Don't
Come
get
on.
in the lane that's not yours.
There
Stay
you
in
go.
your lane.
That's
Right.
right.
If
Yes,
you're
sir.
not a pharmacist, get out of the lane. Don't make a recommendation.
Come on.
Mm.
Facts. Facts.
We all have our fields
Mhm, mhm.
of endeavors, and we must remember, just like Moses, you will go to the school of Pharaoh, be raised up with Pharaoh's education, and God will use that education to do something for his people.
That's
Wow.
right.
You know,
With
brother
Now,
Eric.
there are 5 or 6, let me just get this point out. There are
Yes, sir.
5 or 6 biomedical research scientists in the nation.
Mm.
Now, we need to be talking to them, not a doctor. Doctors aren't trained in science.
That's right.
Okay, they're not trained in science. They're trained on giving us pharmaceutical drugs.
Right.
We need to talk to the people who have been trained by Satan to understand what we're doing, and then get a consensus out of them in the direction that we need to go. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry, Brother Lau.
Oh no, you want it, brother, because it's the perfect time to close out with some testimonies. And I'm going to tell you all
Right.
just as an actual fact. In my house, I'm going to come right to you, Sister Kalila.
Look,
right?
I'm finna.
In my-
Look, I
in my
think we
house,
could.
right?
Go ahead.
In my
Brother
house,
Lau's
right?
gonna bear
And
witness.
I'm just going. I'm going to bear witness, right? Because my wife had a thyroid issue, and I'm talking about a thyroid issue that let's get up into our Black community where you could see it's a thyroid issue.
Mm.
Right.
She had
You could
goiter.
see it, right? Right. And when she started taking your product, dear brother,
Brother Victor's product. Nature's
Brother
Being.
Victor's product. Thank you,
Yep.
brother. See,
Mhm.
making it plain. See, you gotta love a CEO that gives credit to the scientists and the maker of
Most
the
Honorable
product. You gotta
Elijah
love
Muhammad
that,
said,
right?
give credit where it's due and don't
Beautiful.
steal another man's
Yeah.
work, brother.
Say that.
Right.
We watched it shrink to become unrecognizable
My God.
just by using
IB 100.
IB 100. That's a personal testimony from your brother in my own house. What you got, Sister Kalila?
You know what? It was so funny because we were going to ask him the questions to give the testimonies out.
Right.
But listen, we are nature V, professionals on this line. We but what Brother Eric mentioned about the actual prescription, Dr. Victor told my mother something very personal. And he said, no, he told me very personal. He said, Sister Kalila, if it was my mother, I would not let her take any more prescription drugs. If it was my mother, he said, if your mama need to stop. He
Say
said,
that.
if it was
His
my mother, I will stop her from taking prescription drugs immediately. Get her on the IB 100, and I guarantee you she'll see results. I'm going to let you know as of today, her kidney doctor, all her specialist doctors, they said, whatever you're doing,
Facts.
continue to do it, because what they do, they say, are you taking this? Are you taking that? Are you taking? So my mom be like, yeah. Before they even get the drug out, she be like, yeah. She's like, hold on. They say, hold on, Miss Muhammad, I ain't said the drug yet. Oh, I'm taking all of them. And then they'll throw in, oh, by the way, you have to get your COVID-19 vaccination. So she said, I'm not interested. Tell me what's going on, doc. He said, whatever you're doing, continue to do.
Look at that.
You know what she's doing? IB 100. She's been on it for over, as of October, a year and a month, consistently. All of her kidneys, everything that's going on, her kidney doctor say, I'll see you in 6 months. Her other doctor said, I'll see you in 8 months. Her other doctor say, hey, when you start feeling away, call us. We'll be there. They're retreating because of what she has in her system, and they can only give it because, again, they're not scientists, so they're only going to give credit to what they're prescribing to her, which they don't even have no idea that my mama stopped taking it a year and a month ago.
Wow.
That's my testimony.
So how about that? But you got any closing remarks?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
You taking it too?
Sister Michelle wants to bear
Sister
with.
Michelle got a testimony.
Come on.
Everybody got a testimony.
Wait a minute. Okay. So let me tell you my testimony, and it's also with the question, right? And then this will help us move out. But I gave it to my mom because my mom we had went away, and my mom came back. She wasn't feeling well, and she got herself checked out. So when she came home, I had ordered her the Nature's V. So I called school, hey, can you? And so we got it. So I said, hey, Mom, I need you to start taking it, right? And I said, you got to take it every day. I don't care. I don't care if you believe it or not. I just need you to take it, right? So she took it every day. Within 2 weeks, she said, I don't have to take my diabetes medicine anymore. She said, if I take it, it's going to drop my sugar down. So she's like, I can't take it. Like it's leveling me out. And so I think, and she had results, but somehow, listening to the news, she gets freaked out and she's like, well, I don't know. Maybe I should go back on my medication. So brother Eric, just a sound advice. And before you answer that question, just for those that it takes consistency, by the way, you have to keep using it. So, right. We'll get her back there. But again, 2 weeks, she put her diet, her medicine, her metformin down. She didn't have to take it. So for me, I mean, I don't really have any known health issues, but I've been taking it. However, it's made me feel better. If anything was going on in my body, think I knocked it out. But I mainly use it to keep myself. I have a regimen, but I mainly keep it also too is because sometimes if I have to travel, I want to make sure I'm protected. So, but Brother Eric, going back to my mom, those that may take it, may see results, but get scared, right? Because, it's not, this medication that's prescribed from their doctors. What would you say to them?
This world is finished.
My God.
The minister said that we have come to the end of the Quran and we are waiting for the new. So it's a scary time, especially when you come to the end of the rule of the current ruler who is trying to take down everybody with them. So you're going to have to make a decision. But that decision is one that God said that he would send you an answer to. Now, we've all heard the adage, you could take it or let it alone. Right. But you see the benefit in it. Now, we all have a story, myself included, around these products. For those who are looking for something to deal with any influenza, listen to my language, cold or flu. Now I'll say that COVID-19 is a influenza. These things we have to be intelligent about. God said he would make everything new. God is not a God that wants us under something that he would not give us the answer to. This product has been buried since 1995. It was announced at the Million Man March.
I can bear witness.
To a man who went from HIV positive to HIV negative, which they call thorough deconversion, Brother Tony. But if you look in the lexicon of the American people, that word doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because it would say that that had taken place. But the only place it took place is with Brother Victor's product that Dr. Alim was using, and more than one time. Now you come and it's so divine in its creation that it's dealing with all these other things that we're finding out more and more and more and more and more and more. It can only be from Allah, but you have to accept God. I know we got time, Brother Lau,
On
so
that
I'm gonna
note,
make it
right.
quick.
Can I reply to you, brother Eric?
Yes, sir.
Brother,
I'm going to say something very quickly, because with all this bearing witness right here on this show,
right.
I made a decision, brother Eric. I'm going to stop procrastinating, because I've been saying I'm going to get in some Nature's V. I'm going to go ahead and get some.
Go ahead.
By
If you're not
tomorrow.
dealing with anything, let me be specific though. If you're not dealing with anything particular right now, take the IB 100 for 2 months and then go to the IB 30. That'll
what
keep
I'm
your
gonna
system
do.
up and deal with everything else in it.
That's
So-
what I'm doing.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
let's do this, family, because all
We
of
do
this
have to go
wisdom that you're
forward.
hearing, right. So let me say this. First of all, we owe you a debt of gratitude, and
Very much so.
the scientists, Brother Victor, and any other scientists that were courageous enough to establish a whole new paradigm of healthcare. And so I want folks who are listening to know the reason why we're going off now is the root of all this wisdom. The
That's
root
right.
of all, we can even start putting the fire up right now, is the most
There it
honorable
is, right
Elijah Muhammad. Everything you've been getting and hearing from the Seventh Weekend Coalition, everything you've been getting and hearing from our brother Eric Aha, the root of it. And we celebrate the birth of that great man on this day. And you too, who have benefited from the Seventh Weekend Coalition and what we do, you can join in this celebration tonight too.
Right.
Just go to the Nation of Islam's website. But none of us would be here, and none of us would be here to help save lives had it not been for this great gift of ours, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
And with that being said, we got 2 minutes, family.
Okay, let's listen. We're gonna close that really quick, but I will tell you this. Tiff in the audience is asking very quickly, Brother Eric, because I know we got just about 2 minutes. She's asking very quickly, which one is good for multiple sclerosis?
IB 100.
I be
There you go.
100. But
There
all
you
else
go.
fell, I be 100.
There you go.
Right.
Love it.
And
Love it.
family,
Let me say this.
get
Let me
that
say this.
information off the screen. Go ahead, brother.
Let me say this, because I want to be clear, brother. Allah uses an individual for the whole.
That's right.
I'm only here because I was given an opportunity to represent Brother Victor and what Allah blessed him to do. Anything that you see me doing is because of our relationship and him allowing me to take this product and bring it to you. We are a part of a whole. So Allah blessed this man with the answer, and he has never stepped out in front to take the accolades, but all praise is due to Allah, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for raising Brother Victor. Brother Victor going to NIH and John Hopkins, going to war with Fauci back then and going to war with Fauci today for us. You know, and Master Farad Muhammad blessing his mother's womb to create it. So if you want to thank somebody, I am my brother's helper, but that is the man that we one day need to stand up because God is using him. And many of us should know when another man is being used by God, just like he's using you all and just like he's using me.
Praise
Praise be to Allah. So
Praise
listen,
be to
we
Allah.
got 1 minute. I want
Ain't
to
nothing
thank
to say, but
everybody.
let's go.
I was going to, well, hold on
Yeah.
now. We got to thank the audience. Listen, thank you for joining us. We're always trying to bring you something that's going to save your lives. Thank you, Brother Eric, for what you do. Thank Dr. Brother
Thank
Victor
you.
for what he does and what he's brought to the table.
Mhm.
Always giving thanks to Master Farad Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, all in that order. Woo, 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 woo.
Right.
So listen, we gotta go.
All
We
right.
got
Join
2
us on
minutes
the Nation of Islam website. Some of you
That's
never
right.
even heard.
You
of
don't
the
have to be
greatness of the
Muslim.
most honorable Elijah
You
Muhammad.
don't have to
Come
be
on and
Muslim.
celebrate that great
Don't have
man
to
with
be
us tonight.
registered.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Brother
Join
Eric,
us.
for all that you do and all that Allah will bless you and naturesv.com to be able to do. Y'all go
All
look at
praise
the
is due
product.
to Allah. Thank you
Share,
all for
share,
having me.
share.
Thank you
That's
for having
right.
me.
All right, dear family.
Thank you.
Let's
Assalamu
reach going
alaikum.
What's up?
Woo, woo, woo.